What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the DJ Life podcast after a 1 week hiatus followed by a 2 week hiatus. Coming soon.
Yeah, we're taking two more weeks off after this.
Eric is clearly tired today.
I am. I had to set up a real DJ setup today, and it was exhausting.
Minus cables. I'd noticed there was no cables or anything. Those speakers still have not seen the light of day.
I've never plugged one in before. I've never turned anything on. Only the lights.
I'm waiting for the first time you book them, and by some coincidence, they don't work.
Yeah, they're broken. I'm like, ooh,
shit.
Hey, they're still white though.
Just put the black speaker down like a monitor beside it.
Yeah, right.
Look at the white speakers. Anyways, tonight, all the way from Texas, we have Mr. Nate Nelson.
What's up?
Waka.
Is this where you insert the air horns, but we're live? So
Yeah.
Sometimes I just get this.
Eric is my soundboard over here. He literally does all the effects for us. We're on a low budget here. By that I mean we have no budget and there's no money. So
There's one.
So we got the waka, the air horn, and whatever the hell that was.
That was like the Birdman thing. You don't remember that? And
yeah,
what
just
happened
like
to that boy? Yeah, that was way better. There it was.
I love that sound, man.
Oh,
that's a great sound. It takes me back.
Dude.
Eric, how old are you? Are we about the same age?
I am 33.
Okay, I'm 7 years older than you.
But that song was a banger.
Yeah.
Still is a banger. One of the harder hitting bass hits.
Nate, what's up? What are you up to over there?
Chilling, man. It's summertime. Just moved into a new house this summer.
Congrats.
And LaForce moved into a new warehouse like 2.5 weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah. So it's been a lot of moving, a lot of organizing, a lot of restructuring and building things to see what the next steps are, you know?
You guys slow down for like the weddings at least for summer? Like
Yeah, definitely. July and August are our two slowest months. I mean, it's right now, and today was a very cool day. People were like, I did a site visit today for an event in July on the 24th, and we were like, please let it be a day like today. Right now, it's 90 degrees outside with a humidity that's probably off the charts. So you go outside and you sweat. And so nobody wants to get married in Texas at this time of year. So it's a slower month for us. You know, we have pods, and in my pod, I have 4 DJs in my pod, 5 DJs in my pod, and we had like 5 events this month between the 5
do you
of them.
mean?
So
what do you mean pod in your pod?
So the way that LaForce is structured with the amount of DJs that we have, it would be impossible for one person to manage all of their events. So our event managers and senior DJs that are trainers, we have what we call pods. And so every Monday night we have a pod squad meeting on Zoom, just like this, where we go through announcements. We talk about anything that's happening in the company, things that are coming up, opportunities, just reminders on things that they have to do every day. And we have weekly meetings on Mondays called pod squads, and we do it as a group, the entire collective of us. And then we break out in breakout rooms within our pods, and we go through all of our events, make sure all their needs are met, everything they need gear wise, anything that I need to relay to the warehouse. So I'm that middleman between that pod of 5 DJs in our warehouse. So yeah, but it was a slow month for my pod. I do have 4 of the new 5 guys in my pod. So I have rookie DJs that aren't working yet. So my pod's slower than the rest of the guys, but yes, July and August, it's sweltering hot. Nobody wants to get married. I went on a tangent.
Yeah. Anything is better than last week, though. I don't know if it was
July 4th.
Was that the whole world that was the hottest?
God,
whatever.
We were out at the lake house, and oh my God, I was dying. Did not want to stand outside.
Brutal. I spent 4 days straight on the lake the week before July 4th. So that kind of helped. But yeah, last week was hot. We had a housewarming party here at my house on July 4th. About 30, 40 people came over, and I cooked out outside, but it was just like I had 5 fans in my backyard because it was just brutal.
Pouring sweat.
In sunshades, you know?
Right.
Looked like we were at the park and a picnic at the lake on 4th of July. Shade.
Yep. I was outside in Colombia, South America, Colombia, and third world country. They have AC, but they don't have AC at the same time, and there was just no escaping it. I literally was just like drenched all day, every day. It was insane.
The lake house we were in, down by the actual lake, there was like basically they had a fire pit sitting area. And we're like, 4th of July tonight, let's go light a fire. So we put a fire in the fire pit. Everyone was like 20 feet back from it because like didn't want anything to do with that. It was
Yeah,
so
where we went to
fucking
the lake, the same thing. We always have a fire there, but we didn't. It was so hot. It was just like I think we made a fire one night so the kids could do s'mores, but other than that, like
That's
Eric,
the
you're
whole
not to that point in life yet with children, but making s'mores for them, that's like
Super
that's a
top
great moment,
tier.
man.
Yeah.
And then when they learn and understand how to do it on their own, you're more proud of a parent that they did that, and then you're like, okay, now you can trust them to make their own s'more.
Yep. Yeah, no, we're not there yet. My kid just says socks and rubs his belly, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but it's awesome. The next 6 to 8 months of your life are going to be some of your most memorable because you're going to actually see your child develop a personality and understand things and who you are, and it's crazy. It's an awesome time.
Have you seen the movie Problem Child? You remember that movie?
Yes.
So we just
Is Arnold Schwarzenegger in that?
No,
No, that's Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah. But it's one of those early 90s movies. So he just got his first haircut, and I swear he got the haircut from that fucking kid in Problem Child. And all of a sudden, it just like, I don't know exactly what, but like, I swear he got more annoying in that one haircut move. And he's just like, I don't know, now he's like a little boy. He's like a real human, even though he's still like a little baby. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
a baby, you know, they're just like a little shit blob. They're cute and I love them and cool, but
I'm
like,
laughing, but I'll be there in 2 years.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, but classic movie.
Anyways, back on the subject of DJing, Nate. What got you into DJing to start with? Back in the whenever that was.
Yeah, you're 5
back
years. You said you're 5 years older than me.
2004, 2003, I was in college studying communications. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was in theater my entire life. I knew that I was good at like being a personality and whatever. And so I got on radio. And so I did radio for like 2 years. During radio, I was working a shift and I had these little middle school kids calling me and they asked me to DJ their dance. Maybe they're high school kids because I have the poster here in my office. It says live DJ from KSSU Power 92, Nate Nelson, November, water spilt on this thing. So it's like maybe 4th. It says it was $3 to get into this thing, but it was the very first event I ever DJ'd. And I took a flyer off a locker and I have it framed here in my office. And that was almost 20 years ago, 19 years ago. And that first time I played, I was in a band. I played guitar, played drums, and I DJ'd, and the feeling was different, man. Like when you play the right song, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You play the right song and you get that, or that, ooh, or yeah, like you hear people like enjoying the decision you made to play that track.
Right.
It was my drug. And so I was like, I got to do this again. And so I was like, okay. I continued to do radio, but while I was working at the radio station, I was also bartending at Chili's and then being security at a bar. And it was a big bar. It was on Lake Texoma. And I was a bar back and a bouncer. And I was bar backing one night and the bar manager comes to me and says, hey, the band from Dallas isn't coming. Can you still DJ? Because I'd been asking, let me DJ one night. And this is Sunday night of a holiday weekend. So it's like a prime night, or maybe a Saturday night of a holiday weekend. It was one of the two. And a storm had came through and it was on the lake. So nobody, like the band canceled from Dallas because it was storming in Dallas. But everybody came out. It was like 2,000 people. It was like my third event. And so I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. And I was just hooked. So every dollar I made, I was buying gear. I bought the Denon DDJ 100s is like their first, like, this was before computers. So this is CDs, ripping everything off CDs and then making CDs and having a list of like knowing what disc is what track, but for all the shit you need. I found when I was moving my book of CDs and I one like Anna and Jessica's wedding ceremony music. It's all on a CD. So like everything in an order, you know, it's just like, okay, like how was I doing it back then? Like, fuck, I had no idea what I was doing, but I loved it. And I just continued to drive with it and moved to Texas and found Glenn, and the rest is history, I guess. I don't know.
I thought you said you were already in Dallas.
No, I was living in Oklahoma. I went to Southeastern Oklahoma State University in Durant, Oklahoma, which is actually 90 miles from here. Like 90 miles from my house, I can get to Durant. So it's on the border of Texas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I would have no idea.
So I'm originally from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Born and raised there, went to high school in Oklahoma City, graduated, moved to Dallas in 2001, right when I graduated. Then then moved to Durant in 2003 and went to school at Southeastern. I went to Dallas Baptist for 2 years and went to South because I couldn't make the grades. I'm not the smartest with books.
Yeah.
I don't like taking tests.
Yeah.
I'm good at what I do if I know and understand it and put passion into something that I'm interested in. But like, you know, I was listening to your and Justin, the DJ's podcast, when you talk about that theory shit that he said he used the, I don't even know the word. I'm not smart enough to know the Pelagianism theory or whatever the fuck y'all were talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't do book smart shit, but if I love something, I'm passionate, I go chase it. I'm damn fucking good at it. So that's how I got to DJ. I don't know.
I started in a band just like you before I was DJing, and
let me guess, emo punk band.
Where'd you guess?
Kind of like, I mean, it was like hardcore music and stuff like that.
It was rip your face off music.
Yeah. But
Screamo? That would be classified or harder than that?
Sure, harder, but whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter, you know, but stuff like that, you know, double bass and screaming and shit like that. But I was honestly just not that good. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was fine, but it was just middle tier. You know, it was nothing extravagant.
What'd you play?
Drums.
Drums.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And
all DJs are drummers, I swear.
So when I was able to play the wobble, and people were like, "Fuck yes!" Honestly, it was like. That sound. I'm just not talented enough to have gone and played the drums in a band and gotten that same reaction. That because my songs weren't
reaction
good
that
enough.
you want to be felt, like you want to be that front guy, but you know you can't in like the weddings and shit that we do. So like, but when you hear that, it's like, oh, that's what it feels like to be fucking great. When you get that reaction from the people, you know, like
yeah.
That's what drives me. That shit just pushes me, and I can go to a different level off of people's energy. Like if you've been there and can go there, like you just, it's crazy. Like
when you have an event,
energy can drive everything.
When you have an event that gives you the energy back, it's just like you just drive yourself to a whole nother level at that event. You get one that doesn't give you the energy, and you might have done an amazing job, but like you internally you're like, I didn't feel it at this one. Didn't feel great.
Everybody has someone like that, you know, every once in a while, and it brings you back to reality sometimes. It makes you rethink, like, hey, the last 5 events did I play the same set because it was fucking banging, and I probably did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I got to switch it up, you know, like here and there for most plays, but I mean, there is times when you can get in a rhythm and you're like, damn, that set I played last night was fucking baller. I'm gonna try it again tonight and just run it again and be better at it the next night.
Right.
And then by the third night you're doing it without headphones and you're just standing there fucking partying, you know, like
right. You know, and certain groups of people, and you know those deep cut songs that they probably haven't heard in so long, and you're gonna play it and they're gonna be shocked that you knew it, and it's gonna set them off, you know.
What's your song? Like I've played fuck a shit ton of pool parties lately, and then I've played maybe 4 weddings in the last 2 months. What's your like song of like, and Eric, I know you don't DJ that much anymore. Rick, like what's your song like over the last 3 months that's been like a throwback or out of left field that's been just like crazy? Maybe because TikTok brought it back. I have one that I don't know a lot of people talking about, but it's been crushing for me. But I want to hear yours first.
I don't really know, honestly.
Like for me, it's like I had an event where someone put a song on a playlist, a must playlist, and I played it, and that song went crazy. And then you're like, "Fuck, man, I forgot about this song."
Right.
I'm gonna try it again tonight and see how they react. And then boom, I played it, and it was the same thing. And then the third wedding, somebody actually asked me for it, and I'm like, "All right." And you want to know what the song was? You're gonna shit.
Yes.
Nickelback Rockstar.
Oh God! Hey.
Oh God!
You know, it's funny.
I swear.
I believe it. The thing is, people want to hate Nickelback because it's cool to hate Nickelback. However, they've got their bangers, and everyone likes those bangers. Like, what was that fucking song? The very first one they had. Never made it as a wise man. Blah 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 blah. Whatever it was. How you remind me.
This is how you remind me.
Yeah. And obviously, I mean, I'm probably not going to rock that at a wedding because it's, you know, depressing and shit. But everyone likes that song. I just don't care. It was before hating Nickelback was cool. You know, same deal with Creed. You know,
I'm just putting it out there. Like Nickelback's the Nickelback Rockstar song's making a comeback.
Hey, that's cool. Why do you think that is?
Your September weddings, man. It's gonna be the song, like it's gonna be your throwback. It's gonna be your "Don't Stop Believing."
Was it on TikTok or something? I don't even have TikTok, so I don't know.
I do have TikTok, but I don't get on it that much. If I do, I'm watching like sports card polls.
The one that's weird to me, you know, I'm trying to think about the popular one that I've been getting the last like 5 or 6 weddings in a row is always that they're like, Click wants to hear Ocean Avenue. That's like their song now. Like the Blink 182, what is it that everyone plays? See, I haven't played a wedding in like fucking 5 weeks right now, so I'm completely
all those punk rock songs and whatnot. And I mean, yeah, they
work refresh and be ready.
They work really well now, obviously, but I don't think that there was ever a time I didn't play that stuff, because that stuff was what I grew up listening to anyways. So there was no chance I wasn't going to fit that in.
I was just interested that's like that was every one of their group songs was like, we have to hear Ocean Avenue, which I'm down. I love Ocean Avenue, but
there's some baller. Ragosa has a sick edit of Ocean Avenue with Bruno Mars. It's Bruno Mars or Billionaire, Travis McCoy. That's what it is. Billionaire and that song's fire.
If you,
it's a good edit.
Ragosa's edit, you know, the acapella outs that he does and whatnot, not necessarily the ones he actually brings in, whatever, and mashes it up, but just like Ocean Avenue, good example. Acapella's out on the part, everyone's singing the chorus or whatnot. I like to, if you have them, it matters if you have them or not. So if you have them and the people are screaming the fucking words, just let the acapella out happen and don't drop anything at all over it. And it's like people are singing with it. And as soon as it's done, switch it up to like Jump Around or like Pony, some total, you know, something that's going to hit hard on the one. Exactly. Just, yeah. What happened to that boy or some shit like that, you know, and people are always like, fuck!
Yeah. The mashup edit that's been hidden for me constantly right now is DeVille's old edit of Hotel Room with Tiesto and Wow.
I like don't know if I've ever played the song Hotel Room.
Really?
Yeah, the Pitbull song, right?
Yeah.
Pitbull song. I'm not saying it's not good. I just, for whatever reason, it never made my list.
Pitbull's on like every other do not play list, I feel like now, right now for me, at least. I've been seeing Pitbull come up a lot.
I don't know, dude. I think Pitbull is one of the, you know, people, I think DJs should be praying to Pitbull at night and thanking him for the blessings that he's gifted us.
Yeah.
Like, literally, dance floor saver. I feel like you could just shuffle Pitbull and people be like, I mean, it was pretty good. You know? Like,
for sure. There's a lot of Pitbull that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You always got that random old guy in his like 60s that comes up and is like, play Fireball. He goes, it's always funny.
So
I try to stay away from Fireball. I can't do it anymore.
It honestly irritates me. I'm like, Fireball, like, fuck you, get off here.
I think "Don't Stop the Party" is my favorite thing he's done. I like that TJR guy. So
I did for a while. I pitched that song as like a last dance song. When people are like, I don't know, because I always ask, do you have a preference for your last song of the night? And they're like, I don't know. You have any ideas? And I'm like, I don't know. Pitbull, Don't Stop the Party is kind of cool because it's like if you're going to an after party, like Don't Stop the Party, and it's a banger, and you can go with it. But
I never thought about that.
If you can do a last song for a wedding that's that has an emotional touch to the song, plus it's a banger, like a mashup of some sorts. Like I have one that's Dirty Dancing. What's the name of the song?
Maniac.
Time of My Life.
Time of My Life. Yeah, sorry. Time of My Life.
Okay.
And it's like the start of the original Time of My Life, and then it when she says, "And I owe it all to you."
Yeah.
I bring in Fergie, you, dirty bit, and then it goes into that. So you like have him singing emotionally to end the night, and then boom, hit him with that hard.
Yeah.
Or Don't Stop the Party. Pitbull.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just that. That what's it? Bill something?
What
Bill.
is it? Celine Dion.
That does the song you were just singing.
It's
some bullshit. It doesn't matter, but that is a great end of the night song, very similar to Frankie Valli, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Same situation, except it doesn't have a fucking Pitbull song to go with it or a Black Eyed Peas song to roll with it.
Let's make one.
Yeah, dude.
You guys should do a show where like you actually try to make an edit one night, like the two of you. You guys
Do you know anything about?
I mean, we
Make it
literally
edit.
have a DJ setup right here. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, but you don't do it on
Yeah,
that.
but it'd be
You
like,
do it on
you
computer.
can with stems now and just record. Like you build the edit in your head, you make the cue points, and then you DJ the edit.
We should
what
just have
I'll
a
do.
session like we just jump on here with the thing and just people throw out mix these two songs together and we're just sitting there like trying to figure it out.
You know, there was a time in my DJ career that I wanted to be the next Skrillex. Obviously, I feel like everyone probably. And I was going through my computer and I made 147 tracks. It was not just like, and I was like, damn, I didn't forgot I fucking did all that. I made a bunch of like, you remember that the DJ Uzi? He did all the trap shit volumes, like 1 through a gazillion.
Yeah.
Yep. I used to
Trap
try.
Nation.
Yes.
Was he like one of the
yes.
first of Trap Nation?
Yeah, it was that style stuff. I used to rip everything he did and just remake it with different sounds.
That's sick.
So I was a real DJ at one point. I was doing it.
I got the edit I want to send you guys
what's the
and let you
Celine
play
Dion
it, and then I'm gonna
song?
see if I should release it.
What's the Celine Dion song? It's like, and
My heart will go on.
Yes, I have one.
No,
And Die, that's Whitney
y'all
Houston.
just did two different
No.
songs. You were talking Titanic. He was talking Whitney Houston. I will always love you.
Yeah.
That's what you sang.
I will always love you. Yes.
Yeah, Whitney.
I got one of those. It replaces the "you" with the "you" from Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas.
yeah,
I had a couple there.
I
That
have
she
that
won.
one.
It was.
I think that's Scooters.
I think it is. Yeah.
I mean, what's not Scooters? Scooters
so
is-
funny that-
Scooters the goat.
Dude, it's
Scooters
so
or Pete,
funny that these
or Drew
dudes
Pierce.
go to these conventions with us and whatnot, and I've known about these guys playing their edits. I don't know what they look like, but I've seen their name on
Right.
all the shit for fucking 10 years, however long I've been DJing, really. I don't know, like DeVille and Scooter, just whatever. Pretty crazy.
Drew Pierce.
Your shirt, aren't
Yeah.
you linked up with them now?
Yeah, man. I'm the country music curator for the BeatSource page. So if you go to beatsource.com, or if you're a member of BeatSource and you're looking at genres, or if you're even in your Serato and you have a BeatSource account and you click on the curated playlists and you click on country, all those playlists were curated by me. So that's what I do. I curate playlists for BeatSource, and then I also maintain the country page and do new releases every week and refresh the page.
Damn.
So what's that entail?
Yeah.
Just basically making sure that the country lists are current with the
Yeah,
the
so
stuff that's working?
I get about 6 or 7 spreadsheets a week from all the labels of the releases that are coming out that Friday, and so I have to look through the releases for big names, big artists, priority releases that the label may send out. They'll send out a priority release that has, some of them have 3 to 5 songs on it, some of them have 25 songs on it for priorities, so different genres. So I find any country priorities, I make banners and artwork for them. I have a team that will make the banners and artwork for me, but I maintain the look of the actual genre page on BeatSource, and then also curate the playlists that are the top chart playlists on there and all that stuff. So
That's sick.
That's fucking
Fun job.
yeah, it's kind of cool, man. It's I've learned so much more about music by doing this, because I have a weekly curators call with the BeatSource team. And there's like 7 of us, and then our Kid Spin is our curating director. And so he gives us all our tasks and shows us. He's the wizard behind it all, but it's a very Eric, I think you would like it. It's like crazy software on the back end. It's like once you figure the system out, you can just fly,
Right.
and they just added where I can drag and drop where the song is on my charts, like just by coupling 2 of them, move them. Like because there's a lot of stuff I have to update weekly. So I have today's country hits as one of the charts. So I have to see if a song starts charting well in other areas, I got to put it in there and just make sure that I'm keeping up with Spotify, Billboard, all Pandora, all these different music outlets to see what their top trending stuff is, what our top trending stuff is. And I have to keep up to date with all that. So it's just a lot of managing spreadsheets and looking at numbers and stuff, but it's cool because I get to see the new stuff, not just in country, but I see what we have that weekly call and we talk about our priorities that we're going to put on the 20, and the 20 is the top 20 songs of the week we do every week. So that's cool because we go to a meeting where we do our picks. Like, what are we putting on the 20 this week? So,
dang. I mean, I don't know if this, like Crate Hackers, how they do the curated shit, curated playlist. I actually have never logged in before, so I actually couldn't 100% I have no reason to. I'm not saying
Yeah.
they're not great. I don't really know. It just doesn't really apply to me. So it's similar to that, and Beat Source is like linked into Serato. You said if you click
so
in
if you're in Serato and if you don't use any Tidal or Beat Source at all, which is a streaming service that are integrated in Serato, if you don't use them, you probably have the setting turned off in your Serato. So in your settings, it's like library, show streaming services. If you show that, it'll show Tidal and Beat Source, and you can log into those. And when you do log into them, then the Beat Source tab pops up at the very top. So like you probably have all iTunes, however you manage your music at the top, and then you go have your crates, like Beat Source will be above your crates. So you can always go there. You can search when you search your entire library, you search Beat Source's library too. So it pops up on the side and shows you a little B next to it if it's a Beat Source.
Have you ever
track.
thought
So you're
about
gonna be
that?
streaming
Like,
that one.
so virtually what you're saying, I mean, you're plugged to every DJ in the world, potentially, if they opt for that service, is your, if I'm in Serato and clicking in the country music, does it say Nate Nelson anywhere or something like that? Like curated by Nate Nelson?
No, not at all.
Gotcha.
So I'm the man behind the scenes doing it. So
And that's cool too. I don't know.
I mean, it's for me. I don't. I enjoy it because my connections that I've made through Beat Source is insane.
God. I can't even imagine the connections you had to get there. Plus the ones you're building now that you're there. Jesus Christ.
I owe 100% that I'm at Beat Source to Nick Spinelli. So
thank God you took him to break his leg.
He was he was doing all the wedding playlists. What'd he say?
I said, thank God you took him to break his leg.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. Nick breaking his leg, but he tells me I'm like, bro, I fucking can't believe it happened. But he tells me every time, he's like, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Because now he talks about I'm having a kid because of it. Because I was home, I wasn't doing stuff. I worked on content nonstop, and I blew up. And he was always, like he's like, if I wouldn't have broke my leg, I would have been grinding in other areas, but I couldn't move. I had to stay home, and I grinded on that area, and it took me to another level. So, it is a grind. Nick's been grinding. I'm proud of that dude because he's been grinding on YouTube,
true, very true.
TikTok and Instagram for years,
right?
And just doing it constantly and staying like it didn't matter if he had 100 people watch it or 40,000 people watch it, like. The dude's been grinding, and he did it no matter what because he's just passionate about it. Yeah. So
he's also a bro.
I got much love for Nick, man. Nick's one of my favorite people in the world.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to his wedding?
Yes, sir.
I'll be there too. See you there.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Cool deal.
Jen and I are super excited about that.
It's gonna be fun.
Shout out to Jen in the chat, Jennifer Nelson.
Is she watching?
Is she in the chat? Yeah.
I don't even have the chat pulled up. I have no idea who's watching or what's talking. I'm just hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I asked Justin. I was like, "Yo, I've only listened to like 5 episodes of their podcast ever.
Good.
So I don't know what the vibe is like." Justin's like, "You're just gonna get in there and chill, bro. Just get in there and chill." I was like, "All right, let's go."
Hey, it's better. You actually listen to a few of them. Some people go in here and they're like, "So how does this go? What do we do?"
To be fair, if it were the flip side, I would have never listened to someone else's. I'm not a podcast guy.
I mean, I had a podcast for like 5 episodes, 6 episodes, and then Tony and I quit it. But maybe it was 9 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this one's fun. This one's easy. I come over to Rick's on Tuesday evenings. We sometimes have a couple of White Claws and just kind of shoot the shit with someone from across the country.
Cheers to that, fellas. Cheers
Absolutely.
to that. Hey.
See, the bigger thing is I learned how to do this the easiest way possible was the biggest thing through COVID. Because we started at COVID, like 3 cameras set up, recorded, hard record the audio, edit it all back on the back end. And that lasted about 5 episodes. And then I said, fuck that. And we stopped. And then when streaming,
a lot of work, man. It's so much work.
And then when streaming,
and if you want to do it right, and you have to go back and promote it for Instagram and social media and make clips and cuts and all those things, like that's how you blow up. That's even more work.
Yeah.
So that was before the whole like DJ streaming went like nuts. That was before the Vault started doing all their stuff. And then when the Vault and everything and everyone switched to streaming after we'd like been in it for fucking 2 months of it. Learning about streaming, I was like, why don't we just do the podcast as a live stream Tuesday? So we're on a strict 1 hour time frame. When it's done, just leave it up there. We'll extract the audio, post that on the RSS feed, and then just call it done. So,
yeah, and it's great. The audio sounds good. You know,
I feel like I
think your
forgot.
podcast sounds good for doing it this way.
I feel like I forgot about the DJ's vault. That's super weird. Like there was a time where it was like a fucking bat to your face on my social media. You know what I mean? Just like DJ's vault, DJ's vault, DJ's vault, and it's great.
I think
we know the
they've just
reason why.
focused a lot of energy on crate hackers.
Yeah, they created Crate Hackers, and Crate Hackers had a way bigger draw than the DJ's Vault.
Right, fair enough. I can't argue.
I could
with
have
that.
told them that from the get go, but
Yeah, well, you know, every DJ in the world potentially needs Crate Hackers. For the DJ's Vault, it's only business relevant DJs. You know, so
and really a lot of it's heavily geared towards multi-ops too, which is even further restricting it.
Yeah, whatever.
Speaking of multi-ops, when did you come to be with all LaForce and everything? You've grown significantly through LaForce and taken on a lot of roles along the way. When did all that start?
I started. My daughter was born in 11, so I started in 2012, into 2012, and started working for Glenn then. And I was DJing with him. I think he had like 3 to 4 guys. None of them are still DJing for us, except for Michael. Michael Vieira is. Yeah. And so started DJing, just taking events, and started working in the office. Like probably 4 months in, I just was, I just had a kid. I'd been working in a restaurant life. I was like, man, I gotta shape up. I was playing bars. I was just DJing, and like when I moved back to Texas in 08, it was like, fuck, like what am I gonna do? I didn't graduate college. I'm a good DJ. Mm-hmm. So I bartended and DJ'd and started working in a warehouse, and then was looking to start my own business to try to like start it, but I'm like, I'm not good at the business side of stuff. I realized that. I'm like, I don't even know where to start with some of this stuff. I built like a business plan, and it was awful. And so I was on Facebook, and I knew Glenn's wife from high school, and she had posted something on Facebook about her husband quitting his job and starting a DJ company. So I was like, oh, your husband's a DJ? She's like, yeah. I was like, I'd love to chat with him. So Glenn and I met one day. I was driving home from my warehouse job. I told him what time I got off, and we met at a Brahms. I don't know if you guys have Brahms in your areas, what that is, but it's like an ice cream store. Ooh. Ice cream and dairy store.
I love that. I'll tell you. Pretty
good spot. So we just went there, had a milkshake, and we were going to talk for 30, 40 minutes, an hour, who knows? And that turned into like a 3.5 hour conversation. We talked about, I had a lot of the same like wants and goals that he did early on when he was building the company. And, I was like, yeah, this is something I definitely wanted to try to do myself. And you're in the stages of doing it. I'd love to help and be a part of it. And, just be be an asset however I can be. I want to be a part of this team. I see your vision. I want to go chase it. Let's do it. And yeah, we did. And so, yeah, 2012.
Jeez.
2012.
That's 11 years.
I don't have a comment.
That's literally when I started DJing, for reference.
Yeah.
Rick was what, 8 years old? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 8 years. I was 8 years.
I mean, I was coming to Glenn with, I was a good musician. I was a good DJ. Understood the basics of what it took to mix songs well together without, just slamming shit early on. But I didn't know anything about a wedding.
Right. Yeah.
It was awful. I had to learn that side, but I did. His team, Ed Petty, learned so much from him. And I was just a sponge. Took it, made it what it is, and then started passing that knowledge on to the rest of the crew.
So along that course, it seemed like you were heavily involved in a lot of the new business launches, like Kings of Prom. Is it King of Prom or Kings of Prom?
Kings of Prom, yeah.
Kings of Prom, and then the latest one, LaForce Pro 2, you're heavily involved now in as well. So
yeah.
You just take in. Do you have any like specific asset you provide? Like, are you more on the gear heavy side of figuring out how it works and let other people do the marketing and the other stuff, or what was your key role?
So my like official title right now, we're restructuring a lot of stuff. So like titles are changing and it's coming down the pipe soon, I think. But my official title right now is Director of Talent. So, for the last 5 years, I've been the one that manages, and I came up with the Pod Squad thing. So that was like an idea I have, but we get the guys together and do socials, take them to, you do content photo shoots. We rent out these places in Dallas that are like an Instagram store or whatever, and you can pay by that hour or two to rent it. And there's 40 different backdrops you can choose from. It's just built out just to go take photos.
Right.
So we go do photo shoots and stuff like that. We took them to the fair and let them ride rides and bought like tickets for them to use their stuff and took photos of them doing just like real life activity stuff. Some of these new DJs that I have that we're developing didn't have like high quality photos of, I'm like, hey, do you have a good headshot or something? They're like, yeah. And then it's like a cell phone photo. And I'm like, all right, we got to come on. Like, let's go shoot something. I have to. So my job is to help develop and bring the new guys up, help develop the guys that are still under, that are still learning, that are 2 years into the game, that have questions all the time. And then on, a lot of the day-to-day stuff, it's, I work with now heavily in the production side, doing mostly the video side and capturing the content for large scale productions, and now working into being a show, a kind of creative director to kind of visualize with the client and hold the client's hand on, what it is their vision is, what we need to bring to life with their stage design, with their video wall designs, with their lighting designs, and show them. And I have a technical director that builds, CAD files and can show the client, this is what your stage is going to look like. And then I pitch that vision to them, and then I work with my sales team to build the quotes and get them numbers, and I do a lot of that stuff too on that side. So, and then Kings of Prom is a whole nother, luckily that's seasonal because it's a lot of bookings in certain times, but the girls can handle that stuff. They have packages that we sell for that, and then our production team knows what we try to sell on Kings of Prom, one show package for every prom that is a different build every year, that has a different tube design or something, so that they're going in setting up the same show every time. So that kind of helps.
Yeah, there was a Brandon Green in the chat earlier on was asking if you're still doing proms with Kings of Prom and that stuff.
Yeah, if you check out my Instagram and you don't have it, you can click this QR code right here and scan it, and you can find my Instagram. I think like 3 or 4 photos ago, I have my bum booth with pixel tubes that are horizontal on the screen. And that was my latest prom. I did a prom this year, and it was crazy. I hadn't done one in a while. Usually it's the DJs that do it, but I had someone that was at a wedding that saw me play and wanted me to do the prom, so I did. It was just different designs that we kind of build, and depends on the size of the school too. But yeah, it's fun. Schools are still popping. We're not like crazy focused on making it be, try to do 12 proms on a Saturday. It's more of a let's try to do 2 big proms on a Saturday, So
yeah, that's kind of our company's focus too. We just want to do the biggest, best proms, and just basically the ones that match the production level that we're trying to move into. We're not trying to do the random ones that are like DJ events.
Yeah, man, some of that stuff doesn't make me excited anymore. Like after seeing some of the stage designs we've done with $1 Million Mastermind, some of our LaForce AV and stuff that we've done is just crazy. The LaForce Pro side is growing really well, and we have some really good key players on our team that are smart and have good visions, and I'm really excited about the future.
Cool.
LaForce just blows my fucking mind, dude. I swear to God, anytime LaForce comes up, I'm just like, if you're listening on Spotify,
I don't even know, bro.
I made a funny.
You could ask me how we got here, and I would tell you I have no idea,
dude. I mean, like when 2011, 2012. I mean, I obviously don't know what was going on back then, but I'd imagine it's nothing like this,
From an outsider looking in, it's like you guys got the right talent and the right team and treated them all pretty much the right way, and that's what's...
It's so
attractive.
What's crazy? So I still look back and go, I'm building proposals for clients, and I look at them because our proposal system is built out like a Pinterest board. So they look at it and they see the photos of like each individual item. Mm-hmm. And I look at the DJs and I'm like, fucking Justin the DJ, Dom the cello, Tony Pre. Like how the fuck do you choose between these guys? I'm on the DJ side, I'm blessed, but on my production team, like those guys are in the wings. Like no one knows who they are, but they're the real heroes. You know what I mean? Like they're making the magic happen. So it's crazy, but you got to have a vision to do it.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think I love most is we're a team full of visionaries that just keep our heads down, grind, see what's next, man. That's the fun part. Glenn and I talk about this all the time. Like we were at the lake last week and we were like, 7 years ago, Like I thought we were the shit.
7 years ago.
I'm like 7 years ago that we were. I was like, damn, 7 years ago is crazy.
You just keep one up in yourself, and you're like, wow, where the fuck do we?
No,
get
it's
from?
just the next thing. Like,
Yeah.
like you get it's just like you find one person that's really good at this thing, and you take care of them well, and make them a part of something that's bigger and greater. Like that's what I think. Like these guys get to we get to do crazy cool shit, and they get to watch it come to life and be a part of it, and they're excited about it too. They're excited about setting up stages and video walls. Like I'm excited about jumping behind my 12s and just running. Like. That's awesome. That's what I love, to see those guys have passion. So everybody's having fun doing it. It's fun.
I like on Facebook, sometimes you'll see the single op guy post about he's like, oh, well, I'm getting booked too much. And you could tell it's the first thought about expanding and becoming a multi-op and whatnot. And I usually just attack them and shred them because that's who I am. However, that is like that's the beginning.
That's how I met you.
I know. I was going to bring it up and then I was letting you talk.
Please don't bring that story up. But I'm cool. You can. I don't care.
It's in the past. It's fine. Hey, I apologize and made myself just ultimately.
Publicly.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
It deserved
you gained
it.
my respect. You gained my respect the minute you start talking, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, all right, I like this
felt
guy.
terrible. But
You know, it's funny. The moment I saw him grab the mic, I was internally going like, what is he about to say?
Yeah.
No. So
was that at the first? When was that?
That wasn't
Mobile Beat.
right
that was
before COVID. That was the 2020, the first
that was the
edition
first Vegas
first,
DJ
Mobile
what's it
X
called?
or whatever at
Mobile X, yeah.
Mech or whatever.
Mex, MEX,
Yeah.
the first Mex.
yeah.
The first and practically the last. But
Right. So
Actually,
no.
I've gone to all of them. They've been fun.
So Nate,
But it's just like you're not in Vegas. You're just at the South Point.
right? Yeah.
Yes,
I don't-
that's the problem.
Right. That's hilarious. Nate did a seminar. I guess it was on his prom. The Kings of Prom. Was it?
that was
No, that was about networking.
that one was about network. You were thinking about Mobile Beat.
Mobile Beat, I spoke about Kings of
Right.
Prom.
No, I know, but I'm saying what spawned the whole fucking from
yeah.
the start, and it was the Kings of Prom thing you did. I didn't know
You said
anyone.
something like
Yeah,
this guy got up on stage and just showed us
it was
what he's done, not how to do it, or something.
Yeah,
I don't
something like
remember.
that. Something I honestly don't even know because I just fucking say shit.
Just bragging or something.
It was,
I was like, yeah, maybe
right.
I did. I don't know.
I don't. I'm like
I
already.
got in my head
I'm like
about it
eating
for a
my
while, I'll tell you
words.
that.
And
Don't
also,
read the comments, people.
Also, I didn't even know if you even knew that I had said that. You know what I mean? I can't remember how it came up that I knew that you knew that I had done that. You know what I mean? Because like I did that one time with Joe Bun and Dom, but it was like I like tagged them and like fucking shared it and like did it again and like doubled down. But I don't remember how that popped up. But anyways, I basically just like fucking said
Yeah, it's in the past.
said my bad in front of a bunch of people on a microphone.
And I appreciate that, man. That doesn't.
That
Normal
was
people
one of-
don't do that, man.
That was one of the
So-
most packed seminars the DJs had the whole time there. Out of the DJ groups, it was whenever one of us out of our little
Because I was in the big room.
yeah, our little clique. Whenever we went to one of them, that was when we had the most amount of people.
Yeah.
It was- God,
John.
John.
I love me some
John
Lupe,
had
bro.
a hell. Just props to John though, because that 2021, the content speakers that he had lined up were gold. Everyone just is from Glenn to Woo Pig and everybody along the lines. That was a really solid group of talent speaking.
I really don't even remember.
I agree.
I saw Glenn and I saw John. Beyond that, you'd have to
Big
mention
Daddy and
more
Jordan
names.
did a
Big
seminar.
Daddy and Jordan, I did.
Jordan
one.
was doing
I
the
spoke.
Kings of Prom with you. That
No,
was
no.
no.
He never did. He never actually did an event. We tried to pitch him on some stuff, but he never did.
I thought that for some reason it was you and him and that's what I collected from that seminar you did. I thought you guys did it like together. Or
Did Nick have
something.
one?
It's been a long
No,
time. And I
so
have
the
a shit
first
memory.
of my seminar I didn't I thanked Jordan for something because I added that slide like the day before because I've been kicking it a lot with Jordan. And so I was like, thank you to Jordan for this. I just threw his picture up there. He had nothing to do
Gotcha. Where is he from?
with the cop.
New Jersey.
Jordan He lives in Florida now, but he's
Yeah.
from Manalapan, New Jersey.
He's a Jersey boy, but now he's in Florida, just basically doing seems a beach club every single day.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, I don't have that life.
Yeah, right.
He's living like a frat bro in college, practically. It seems like.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
I used to have a lot of fun doing shit like that. Those types of gigs. I was
Yeah.
completely. I mean, I don't know about what he makes doing that in Florida is probably much different than North Carolina, but I was living in total poverty, but I was having a blast. And I was getting fucking trashed the whole time, and it was awesome.
Yeah. I lived that life for a few years, man. It's a tough life to live, but it was fun.
But hey, I was getting hella creative on some turntables, and it was, like I said, it was just a blast.
I want to hear you DJ, bro. I don't think I've ever
One
heard
day,
you DJ.
yeah, I don't think anyone has.
I've heard.
Are
him
you
spin
even a
few.
DJ?
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! Let's go.
What's up?
My robot lawnmower is going to be here before I leave for London.
Oh yeah, we both fucking took
We
out
went
a
ham
second
on fucking
mortgage
Prime Day.
for fucking Amazon Prime Day. 2 new Roombas, electronic vacuum or not vacuum.
See, I
You went
mower
ham
because
because
I
you're
knew
bu-
Prime Day was coming, and I just bought a bunch of new shit for my house. Like I literally just bought a Shark vacuum like 2 weeks ago.
Eric went ham because he's building a house that's like 3 times the size of his current house. So he was
Can't
just
wait.
going fucking ham on everything. And I'm
You gotta have a bunch of Roombas. What are you gonna do without Roombas?
Roborox. Let's not excuse-
Roborock, not
all
just a
about that.
Roomba.
It's the
Yeah.
Roborox.
used to sweep.
No.
Now
Anybody,
robots do it for us.
anybody listening, don't buy a fucking Roomba. Buy a Roborock.
I just thought they were called Roombas.
I got a Shark, and I love it, man.
The
It's
Sharks
great.
are good, too,
It maps
'cause
my
they-
house. If you have a spill, you can just be like, "Oh, go clean this spot." And
Right.
have
The
it,
different-
and it goes and does.
The Shark and the Roborock, the difference is they use LiDAR and they actually laser map the fucking house. Roombas use cameras, and
Some damn bullshit.
you'll run into some other problems where there's like, there's leaks of like the camera footage getting out from these fucking Roombas where they barge in on people at the fucking bathroom.
The
and
AI
stuff.
shit, man. I'm telling you, it gets tenfold crazy every month. So
It's just hacking. They're just hacking shit because those cameras' data has to have AI run it to know what to do it again. And so all that storage is just being saved, and somebody's hacking it and finding it.
So I recently started using ChatGPT finally for some nerd shit, right? So
Game changer.
I use this app called Buffer, which you can schedule social media posts. So I would basically throw a couple wedding folders, tag all the vendors, and shuffle it. And then it will take it posts it to Twitter, and then I have automation shit that picks up a new post from Twitter, spawns ChatGPT to check out the picture and write 10 relevant hashtags, right? And then it adds it after whatever I posted as the tags, and then it reposts it to Instagram. And then I have automation that picks it up from Instagram and basically blasts it all over the internet, like blasts it here and there and whatnot. However, I use this service called IFTTT.
If then that.
Yes.
If then that.
And I accidentally turned on 2 automations, one that picks up a new post from Twitter and posts it to Instagram, and then a different one that picks it up from Instagram and posts it to Twitter. And I forgot that I had already covered Twitter, right?
God.
So I created this loop. When you turn on, they're called applets. When you turn on these applets, it's a cheap program, right? So it fucks up all the time.
You crash it.
I couldn't turn them off. That was the
they were
problem,
crashing.
because it was just I was getting a error, right? I had to contact customer support. So I had a loop of a post going between Instagram and Twitter for about 13 or 14 hours. And it did it, it only takes maybe 20 seconds to run.
Oh my God.
So think about.
Did you get them all deleted?
Yeah, I literally sat there for.
It had to be like 2,000.
It was.
Posts,
It was.
4,000
It
posts.
was. Yeah. It was.
Were you trending?
I can't remember exactly, but it was well over
Yeah,
1,000.
were you
posts.
trending? We need to know. Did the AI pick the right hashtags? Was it different hashtags every time?
I honestly, I don't think so.
That'd be
No,
funny.
no, no.
Fucking
It
crazy.
wasn't because the Chat GPT steps in before it goes the first time, right? So
Well, the chat GPT
Chat-
fucked up and didn't stop it from looping.
I wish, yeah. So that fucking. So I literally sat there and was just like clicking delete as fast as I could to like get them gone. Oh, I just didn't want my accounts to get banned, and I'm just waiting for customer support to hit me up so I could be like, turn that shit off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sitting there trying to proactively
crazy.
stop it by
Yeah,
deleting
right,
them?
right. I didn't know what to do. That has never happened before. That was
That reminds me of
shitty
like
day.
the stupid. When I was in high school, they had we would get a text bomb app, like download one of those text bomb apps, and we would fuck with people in the school. And this is back when everyone had on the phone, it would pop up. You know, you'd have that big pop up that you got a new text message and you could respond to right there. So we would send a text bomb for like 1,000 to somebody's number, and it literally would brick their fucking phone because they couldn't do anything because the pop up just kept popping up on their phone.
Damn.
yeah. I have Chat GPT.
We didn't have cell phones in high school.
Really?
Like that's the fucking. I mean, I did, but we weren't allowed to have them at all in
Right.
school.
I literally put a kid in tears,
And it was a
told my-
Nokia, and we could
told
play
my vice
Snake on them.
I got
That's what I had
I
in
got
high
a cell phone. I think in 8th grade. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that it was 2003 when the iPhone came out, maybe 2004.
Yeah, these were early on. Like we were like in iPhone 4 territory, 3 or 4.
It's crazy.
But only the Androids had that thing, that app. You could get that APK to download the text bomb app. Yeah, I put a kid in tears and he told the vice principal on me, which happened to be my assistant football coach. So, that conversation went well, but I didn't get in trouble. So it
Yeah,
was
I'm sure. Did you text bomb him too?
No, I had to go do some bleachers and some other things, but it was great.
Yeah.
I write Google review replies with ChatGPT also.
Oh, yeah.
Now that one I haven't quite figured out because no matter what, it talks weird as fuck. I don't care what I prompt it to say. I'm like, my prompt is now
I
like
hope this
3
email finds you well.
paragraphs, and it's like don't use the word service. It's like limit to 10 words. It's just like, and it always is like, I don't know. You just read it and cringe because you just know it's fucking Chat GPT. Like no one would ever say that, and I don't know why they haven't worked that out yet. But
Yeah, normally it's just like if you delete the first line where it's like, I hope this email finds you well. And it's like, no,
Some
just
bullshit
delete that.
like
Just
that.
start with the content. Thank you.
I don't know. Sometimes
Start with yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my emails. I'm gonna have mine
Yo.
say start with yo exclamation point and then write a.
Right. But
write
then it's
something
going to be
to
like,
tell them thank
yo,
you for-
I'm so happy that you enjoyed our DJ services and photo booth at La Force DJ. It's like, what?
To review, please leave comment on W.
Yeah. But it's a start. I don't know. Working on it.
It's a
Yeah, man.
thought
It's
provoker.
definitely. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit you can do out there. I
I've
like
been,
the app. What's it called? Where's my phone? It's the one where you can automatically send a link. And Eric, you're gonna love this. You can send the link to your client, and they can do a video recording, and then it automatically changes it to like tells them how to hold. So they just say, "Oh, we want to leave a video review." They can do it later and just open their camera through that link you sent them, and then
Yeah.
it takes the video and then it sends it back to you, and it'll edit it into like certain things for you.
Yeah.
What's it called?
What is that called? I remember. I feel like this has been mentioned before.
What's it called?
I need to know what this is. Because this would be very valuable to throw into my.
iPhone came out 2007.
This would be very valuable to throw into
07?
our
Yeah.
No
video review
way,
system.
man. That's crazy.
Yeah, David, he said, as someone who's not good at writing, ChatGPT always saves the day for me, but I do edit and make it more personable. That's what I do, too. I basically let it
Oh, yeah.
write some stupid, crazy bullshit, and then, at the end of the week, I'll go and delete half of what it said through all the replies.
My team is like the worst at like grammar, messaging, and all that. And when I showed them ChatGPT, I had to like have a like deep conversation about like, yo,
Don't
we
overdo
can't
it.
we can't just copy and paste this shit and send it to clients.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Right. I mean, I have the worst grammar and spelling in the world. I literally am. I don't know. I just not that dude. I was terrible in school.
Yeah.
Cannot find
What
it.
I use AI for right now is note taking.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The virtual note
Like
takers.
Otter?
Yeah, I use Firefly. But I have Otter too because Otter has an app and you can do in-person meetings with it, which I think is dope. So we've been using that because me and Christine are planning our wedding and everything. So whenever we have a meeting, because for some reason the parties involved will always pretend like something wasn't said or we didn't discuss it or we still have something. But now that I drop that phone, it can be locked. I just drop it in the middle of the table and I have literally the whole transcript that I can literally just scroll through and be like, no, we all agreed right here that
Yep.
we're going with the white napkins or something.
Yeah, all
Something
of our
stupid.
pod meetings and all of our production meetings are on, if they're on Zoom or Otter's there. It's great. It's almost better even to have Otter like running in the background when you're having in-person meetings.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have meeting recaps. It sends out an email to our entire team like, hey, this meeting just finished. This is the recap. Go.
I tried both out. I ran Otter and Fireflies for a little while. I actually prefer the transcribing and not really the transcribing, but the summary and action item notes from Firefly over Otter.
Need to check it out. I haven't checked out Firefly.
Firefly like gives an actual like list of action items from the thing, including with a summary. And then it's just got like cool stats like who spoke, what words per minute, what was positive, what was negative in the conversation, who spoke the most, the percentages and all that. But it gives you a big
How does it know?
What?
How does it know? Does it say like person A, person B?
No,
I guess it'll
pulls the Zoom
say their
names.
name from like the Zoom name.
Yeah, it pulls
got
the
you.
Zoom names. Yeah, so it'll tell you who was speaking at what words per minute and stuff, and who spoke the most during the conversation. It's kind of cool.
I don't be using none of that
Nope.
shit.
Well, you don't have meetings, so
I don't be using none of that shit.
again, you don't have meetings.
That's
so.
some damn. Crazy,
I don't need to use that.
That's some crazy damn shit right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it was actually mentioned in my little mentor group today. Was like the orientation. He was like, "You're not allowed to use AI robots to record these." And I was like, "Man, it's crazy that that's that popular. That has to be said. What the fuck?"
There's another one. Have y'all seen the one that like if you're sitting in front of your camera, like if you look away or like you look away with your eyes stay focused straight on the camera, like it knows you looked off, so it just keeps your eyes where they were.
Damn, that's crazy.
For Zoom, it's crazy.
My business coach was telling me that she, because like all of their business coach stuff moved to Zoom during that their bigger company. She works for like Action Coach, and the billionaire whatever that ran it got on some of that AI stuff early, and they literally could see people that joined in the groups and everything if they like were on a different tab doing something on their computer. They could see everything that they were doing on their computers, and they would the dude would call them out and be like, yo, Rick, why are you on Chrome looking at your Gmail right now? You should be focused on the meeting. I was like, damn.
It's like my fucking car. Anytime I look down at my phone, it's like, brrr, like look at the road.
Look at the road, or I'm going to
fucking
slow
hate
down
that
and put on
shit.
the flashers.
I seriously hate that
Which
shit.
Tesla do you have?
The shitty one. The long range Model 3.
That's not the shitty one.
That's kind of the shitty
That's the
one.
most expensive,
No.
lowest model.
Yeah, that one. But whatever. But when I first got it, because I bought it used, but it had full self-driving already on it. And when I first got it, I could like click the little stick to turn that shit on, and you could sleep. It doesn't, if you had a steering
Wow,
wheel weight, which I do, it would trick the car into thinking you're good and paying attention.
Wow, you wonder
and so-
why they implemented that
And so-
camera that makes sure that you're looking at the road.
I wouldn't sleep, but I could, I'd be like scrolling on Instagram, and it would be
Wow.
driving through the mountains and just doing what it's good at it,
Yeah.
And then I downloaded a fucking update, and now it's like you're looking at your phone, and it'll like turn it off, and it'll like do the stuff, and I'm like, what good is this? Why, if you can drive yourself, but I can't, I have to pay attention. What the fuck is the point?
Do you have the auto braking on? Like when you take your foot off the gas, it starts to brake?
Yeah. You get used to that, and then it's weird when you don't have it all of a sudden. So
Yeah, we got in a wreck in Glenn's Tesla because of that braking feature.
really.
It was
How?
raining and we started like we were coming
Oh.
over a bridge and like there was like water and he like let us foot off the gas and so like that braking feature slid our ass into around and we literally did like 6 donuts in the middle of the highway with cars all around us in the
Holy
rain.
shit.
Didn't hit in a whole nother car and then slid. It straightened us back out and we were sliding and we slid into the grass and then dunk bumped the middle wall.
Oh,
And like Glenn had to get his back quarter panel. Like it didn't even mess up his tire. Like had to get his back quarter panel repainted and stuff for it scuffed it. But we got crazy lucky.
Interesting thing to point out. That
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you got to think about that in rain, like that auto braking may like
yeah.
Rick and I are in Team Toyota over here. Like we got this.
I'd have never
Heavy-
thought about shit. I'm not a car guy. I would have never
I just want
thought
Toyota
about
to
that.
come out with a fucking cargo van, please and goddamn. I want like a transit
nice.
van or something like that, but like I would love for Toyota to create one, so I don't have to buy a damn Ford or something stupid.
Ford, something dumb. Yeah,
I'm a trailer. You're a trailer guy. I'm a trailer guy.
Yeah, but my guys need a van, so I have to. No,
Matt just sold his. I think he had a Nissan Titan.
he had the Nissan Titan
or
with
something.
the Cummins.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm downgrading something like normal." I was like, "Oh, cool. What'd you buy?" He fucking bought a Maserati. I was like, first off, a Maserati is for people who want to buy a cool car and they think that's what rich people drive. Like, it's not.
It's because of I'm in my Maserati. You know, like it was in a rap song.
Because it was in a
day.
rap song, right? It's not what actual rich people buy and drive. It's what people who think that's what rich people buy and drive. Those people buy it. And I was like, Matt, that is exactly what you are too. You know.
Well,
I mean, the logo does look sick. That is a very aggressive, dope logo on the front of the car. So I can't even.
I was like
That's sick.
It's like it'll pop up on reels and stuff where it's like millionaires buy Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and stuff like that. Billionaires don't bother buying a fucking car because why? They have enough money. They don't.
Someone's
going
to drive them.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
It's a little different of a scenario.
That's what
when
a lot
you
of them say. Billionaires get drivers.
$999 million.
Billionaires buy Escalades and Sprinter vans and have drivers.
Yeah.
Or you'll get the ones that say billionaires have private helicopters.
And jets.
And jets.
Jets and helicopters, yeah.
Yeah, Maseratis have Chrysler switch gear on the doors.
Dude,
I don't know fucking shit. All I know is he bought a Maserati, and I was
would've been
like,
happier if he
"You
bought a
said
BMW."
Downgrade? What the fuck? Like, you idiot! Like,
I would have been happier if he said he bought a BMW instead.
yeah, it's weird. I
Or
mean,
like a Mercedes or something.
it was. He said it was less than 30 grand. It was similar to the price of Rachel's car, and she drives a Honda, like a Honda Accord. You know,
Was it used?
I was like,
heavy used or what?
I don't know. I don't know the details. All I know is I was like, Maserati, 27,000, and
Sounds sketchy.
you're an idiot, but whatever.
Yeah,
You know
it's
it's a
probably like a
fitting car.
2013.
You know he's gonna
And that's
drive it like
it's a
200.
2013 Maserati, but that was 10 years ago.
Right, he's gonna drive it 200 miles and it's gonna explode and it's gonna be like, yeah, well,
You know what an
shouldn't have bought
extremely
it.
fitting car for Matt would be? A fucking Mercedes G-Wagon. That would fit his personality.
That would
very
fit
well.
my personality. Why? What's up? I want a fucking G-Wagon.
Yeah, G-Wagon, bro.
No,
Bro,
just-
yeah. The dude I just went to Cali with drives a matte black G-Wagon, right? And I was like, I can get down with that. It's like got
can't
red
get past the
interior.
looks. I can't get past the looks on the outside.
Oh,
It's too boxy for me.
you're crazy. That shit is ballin'.
It also gets like 2 miles.
I did have a client that had one that drove up to the office one day, and I was like, "How do you like that G-Wagon?" He was like, "Man, it's the worst driving car I've ever had."
Yeah, a lot of people
Like a
hated it, yeah.
just like a.
He said it's like the suspension is horrible and it's so
Right.
big
It's a
and bulky,
truck.
and it just
No,
bounces
it's
everywhere.
a fucking truck.
It's like a Jeep.
It's just
Yeah.
a status symbol. You know, you buy it for
Yep.
people to see you buy it. But that's cool.
Yeah. Any other cool
What's next for you guys?
Yeah, what's next for everybody?
Well, I'm having some serious issues with basically my number one employee, which it puts a big. And I'll figure that out, but it put a big like, damn, I don't have my screws as tight as I thought on everything, and that really actually put a big wrench in all expansion, all moving forward. I was like, all right, we got to pump the brakes and figure some shit out. That I've been dealing with that for months now.
Yeah, it's been like, yeah.
Yeah, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, and it's I won't go into any details because he's a homie, but shit's getting worse. So next for me,
Sucks, man.
yeah. Well, that's life in business, and that's just is what it is. But I did a lot of expanding, like right before my kid was born, and just kind of rolling with what I've done, basically like that. So I actually don't have plans in the moment. As lame as that sounds.
Hey man, you got an empire to hold on to over there.
Yeah, I got to tighten some screws, and then we'll get back to mass expansion.
Let's see. I feel comfortable that everything will run smoothly with all three companies while I'm gone for two weeks out of the country. So, and sad and crazy as that sounds, I literally just hired someone to run the holiday lighting. Well, it's not holiday lighting season yet. It's not Christmas light season yet, but my holiday lighting company just hired someone full time to basically run that company, and she has, I think, 3 weeks of training now under her belt. And it's slow season, so also
You already booking for that yet? Mm-hmm. When do you start promoting for that?
Now.
That intrigues me. That's like stuff that
is always
Crystal lights all
starts Christmas in July.
Him mentioning that. The other person on this podcast always is like, wait, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, man, you should talk about that. Like other sources of income. Like if you want to be a millionaire, you got to have more than one.
Oh, Rick's the king of that shit. I'm telling you. Like,
I got 4 right now.
Like nothing will piss you off and make you more jealous.
I got 2. I need 5.
Yeah, I need 1 million.
I have a really cool app idea, but
yeah,
I don't know how to build an app.
Neither do I. I got a really cool. I need an app. I want an app for the whole like business community thing I want to grow and build, but I need an app. That's like
my app is like a thing there's like a rideshare app like for the world.
Like Uber,
kind of, but
it's not.
Yeah,
but it has a cooler name.
It's called Wingman. So it's a 2-man team for Uber. And the 2-man team drives to where you are, and you have to sign off a waiver for them to drive your car. And the second man gets in your car and drives it home, and then the other driver drives you home in your car.
Nice.
And then when you wake up in the morning, your car is home.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go cut this segment out because that is a brilliant idea. My just on business ideas. One of the kids I coach. That's my like fourth income is business coaching right now. One of the kids I coach. I mentioned I bought a robotic lawnmower, and he's like, there's got to be a way to create like a business with robot lawnmowers that like just mow everything. And I was like, dude, you might be on to something right there. Because these are like $2,000 a pop, $2.5, $3,000 a pop to buy one. And I was like, yeah, if you were a lawn care company, what's the number one problem you have? It's fucking employees. So what if you just buy a bunch of these lawnmowers, go set them up in people's houses, and then you just maintenance them?
That's a fucking lot of capital, but with no return. Like, think about it, $2,000 is going to take you 3 seasons to pay it off.
No, you would lease them to them. So, like, imagine someone's paying $100 a cut, and you come in and you're like, it's only $50 a month for my service. I come set up a robotic lawnmower. They get the flex that they have a robotic lawnmower. The rich people, I got a robot cut my lawn. And it keeps it, and it's quiet.
Yeah, but somebody's got to weed eat.
You got to keep in mind, though.
Someone has to come through and weed eat, yes.
But also, if I'm a rich person, I've got $3,000.
I just buy it myself.
Yeah.
See, and that's where I was like, then we just do a maintenance
I just bought a lawnmower because my lawn guy, like when I moved, I had him come to my new house. He mowed my old house one day, and I said, come to my new house and mow it same day. Mm-hmm. And then I'll pay you for both of these. You tell me what you're going to charge me for the new house. And he like doubled my old house to my new house. And I was like, I can go buy. I went and bought an electric lawnmower, electric weed eater, electric blower. I can do it all on one battery.
Did you go Ego?
Fuck fire.
Did you go Ego? What brand?
I got the
You're such a lawn
Ego,
nerd.
Yeah. I'm all Ego stuff. I got the Ego lawnmower and everything.
I love it, dude. It's fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like a dad man. Like I'm turning Mike Villa's color. I've been hanging out with Mike Villa a lot. He's been over here. We both got Blackstones. We're talking about making a YouTube channel for Blackstones because we're like I literally cooked my kids on food on the Blackstone right before I got on here.
Dude, it's
we were both loving it. And I'm like, man, I've been outside every damn day. I'm gonna be as dark as you.
So last side story, but when we went down to the lake house that we rented, we literally packed up my trailer. We threw a Blackstone in there. We put a Weber grill in there and a few other things and brought them all to the lake house. We were just fucking whipping up food all night. I was in charge of breakfast every morning on the Blackstone for all 20 people, or no, not 20, but 10 people we had there. It fit.
Eric, do you like to cook, or are you?
No, I do. Yes.
He just doesn't
you have a favorite grill in the backyard?
No, I actually have never owned anything like that. But when we go to the beach, I take the breakfast reins, and I like to do that. Back when I lived without my wife and girlfriend at the time, I definitely cooked a lot.
It's going to change when he gets the new house. I was about to say his
Oh,
biggest
our-
problem right
our-
now is
You got to get a Blackstone, and
dude.
like you thought you want to make breakfast. The Blackstone is the ultimate breakfast machine. I'm telling you, you can do like a whole thing of bacon in one run.
Yeah.
And then just boom, take it off, and then you cook your eggs in that bacon grease.
So
And then you can make pancakes on top of that.
my
And
wife
you can even
is
make
the hash
biscuits on
browns.
it. It's
Get you
crazy.
the little square, the little like McDonald's hash browns in front of them.
Yeah.
my wife is a cake baker, right? So she makes like super crazy cakes as like a side business. And so the kitchen was like crazy important to her. So we're like really flexing on the kitchen budget and whatnot. We're going to have a fucking crazy kitchen.
That was a big key for us in this new house was our kitchen. I love my
Nate,
kitchen.
have you tried
hosting and
cinnamon rolls yet on the Blackstone? Smashed cinnamon rolls.
I did.
Dude,
I did.
they're fire. Love them.
Good. Yeah. I didn't like cleaning my grill after because I put the drizzle on on the last.
The deal.
And I like
double
that.
drizzle.
You put them on
The
while
cinnamon
they're
roll
on there?
drizzle. What's
Nah,
up?
dude, pull them off and then drizzle them.
I know, but I did it on it, and that sugar just was like coated to it. I was like, damn, that was rough. I had to do a deep clean on it that time, scrape it, and then recondition it. But it's fun, man. I've done Philly cheesesteaks. Tonight I cooked chicken breast on the Blackstone with tequila lime Blackstone seasoning. Came inside, cut it all up, and then went back outside with tortillas and made quesadillas for the kids and my wife. And so it was like fresh cooked chicken in quesadillas, and they're just so bomb, bro. They're like
Just everything you cook
Anything
on
out
that is
there
like
is
10
great.
times better.
Philly cheesesteaks are awesome. Smash burgers are one of my favorite. I love doing that. I have not tried hibachi yet, and I'm going to do that. I'm scared of the rice.
That was the first motherfucking thing I did on there. That's like,
That was the first thing Mike Villa did too, and I'm like, man, you're ballsy, bro. Like, you got to get your griddle right.
nah, dude.
You got to understand it. That's a lot of shit going on at one time.
Oh yeah, no. The first time I did it on that, literally, it was full on like 4 giant things full of like the veggies were on one, the rice was on another. I had the steak, the chicken, the shrimp. Like, it was a full griddle full of
How big
fucking
is
hibachi.
yours?
It's the 36.
I know that's not a question you ask a man. How big is yours? But how big is your Blackstone?
It depends on where you measure
It's
from.
the big 36. It's the full size one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one I have. It's
I
fucking
love it.
awesome. I love it.
Anyways, what's next for you though? You going to be at Atlantic City? Are you coming for the Crate Hackers thing here in Raleigh?
When Thursday?
Yeah. Or are you doing that remote?
We're doing it virtual. I'm going to be producing it from right here where I'm sitting talking to you guys right now. So
did he change that?
Thursday.
He was pitching it was going to be in person to me.
Yeah, there's supposed to be one in August. I think another one.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the.
I'll be in Raleigh for that one. But this one, they're doing the 3-year Crate Hacker anniversary Thursday night, and I'm producing that from here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I will be coming out in August. But I'm going to
Going to Atlantic City at all?
the think tank next week, and then going to Atlantic City in August. And then LaForce Pro's got some crazy shit coming in the next couple months, so I'm excited about those. We got 4 big shows.
Are you guys producing DJC again?
No, not this year. I haven't been asked. So
You trying to spin while you're in Atlantic City?
trying to spin like DJ?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the
I will.
fucking
If someone asked me to.
Well, we got a big both lighting booth for this year on the floor.
Okay.
And we're going to have a whole setup, and I'm starting to pitch people. So we just got back the floor plans, and they originally put us in the quiet zone. I was like, that's not going to work. Get us out of the fucking quiet. They create a quiet zone in the corner this year. You'll see it eventually.
Okay.
But we're like, no, get us the fuck out of there. We don't need to be in the quiet zone. So I'm trying to.
I'll play.
I'm purely trying to cause a little bit of ruckus at this show and
Yeah,
get a
I need
fuckload
to
of people.
see what my beat source schedule is like if I'm working the booth and stuff.
Oh yeah, Beat Source is actually
yeah, I'll definitely play one or two whenever you want.
literally. I'm pretty sure I checked the diagram and Beat Source is like directly across from us. Like,
Sick. Yeah,
Cool.
I'll just come over and play all day.
Sick. Perfect.
Just collab. We'll put some booth lighting in. We'll put some booth lighting in the Beat Source booth right
hell
across.
So
Absolutely.
if someone isn't watching this on YouTube and doesn't see your QR code, how can they find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere on social media, every single platform there is at DJ Nate Nelson. DJ Nate Nelson.
DJ Nate.
All one word, lowercase.
Yeah, sadly, I might have cut off your QR code on the stream with my.
Oh, it's all good.
I cut it square, but
It's all good. So when I was
Anyways.
pointing, I'm like, if you can go right here and find my Instagram.
The dude said he
Can't
got
see
it. The dude said he got it.
Okay.
though,
Oh,
so-
it must have been enough. Cool. Anyways, yeah, Nate, thanks so much for being on here tonight. This was a blast talking food, talking
Yeah,
everything
man.
possible. Any last words, Mr. Dude with Glasses?
Dude with glasses says goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening wherever you're at. And if you are watching or listening, you can do the opposite one of those, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts. Sorry. Wherever you want to go, you can check us out, the DJ Life Podcast. We'll see you guys in 3 weeks. Not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Basically, we'll see you in August. First Tuesday in August, we'll see you guys back on here. I have no idea who the guest is.
We'll figure it out.
But
Isn't the first Tuesday in August DJX? You're going to be in
No,
Atlantic
that's
City?
the second week. August 7th through the 10th is Atlantic City.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
7 would be the second week.
It might be EMG, that Michael
Ooh.
from EMG.
You guys will find out. You see the flyers. If you're following me or Eric on Instagram, you'll see the flyers. Follow me on YouTube. All that links are in the description down below. But yeah, see you guys. Peace out.
Goodbye.